Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is Nick from the Cruiser Media channel today, coming back at it again with another video. Today, we've got a very specific thing to talk about, a thing to touch on. This is kind of a little bit of a review, but also it's kind of a helpful tip and trick here to make your photos look just a little better. Today, we're going to be taking a look at a product from Tiffen. This product is very small, it's circular. No, it is not a polarizer, but it's similar. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Tiffen ProMist filter. This is a filter that I didn't actually find out about until I upgraded to my Sony setup. My buddy Logan, also known as Bankrupt Media, I'll drop his channel in the description below if you want to check him out. He's an amazing filmmaker. He's incredible. He does amazing things with cars, photography, and videography. He's a great cinematographer. He produced an amazing short film. But I digress. I have gotten an overwhelming amount of comments and messages asking, how do I get my highlights to look the way that they do? And it's simple. It's not post-processing. It is a filter. So now if you aren't familiar with what the Black ProMist does, it's more of a cinematic filter, and according to Tiffen, it was specifically made for filmmaking, for movies. So what it does is it's more of a cinematic lens. It softens up the contrast, it softens up hard light, it rather diffuses the hard light. So let's say that you're looking into the headlights on a darker shot. It will kind of diffuse the light streaks that are coming off of the headlights or the taillights and soften them up and make them kind of like a bulb of light that diffuses out into the sky. It is an incredible filter. I will throw up a side-by-side example onto the screen now. So as you can see here, you get that softer diffusion on that hard light as opposed to the one where I am not using this filter, and it kind of it gives you the hard lines and it really doesn't diffuse. You don't get much of that diffusion, so it doesn't look like it's kind of leaking out, if you will. So this filter, here it is. Here's a look at it. This filter comes in various densities. I got the 1/4 density. Obviously, the denser you go, you're going to lose a bit of your quality in photos. But what I found is that this is like the happy medium between a good amount of diffusion and a good amount of quality loss. And from what I've experienced when shooting with this, I haven't noticed any significant quality loss. My photos are just as sharp as they are without it. It just adds a bit of an effect to highlights and kind of softens up the shadows a bit. The darks kind of get softened up a bit. It doesn't really affect much else but the highlights. That's going to be the most noticeable change in your photos. They have quite a bit of densities here. Obviously, I went with the 1/4 density, but they do have an 1/8, a 1/4. Oh, sorry. They have a 1/16, an 1/8, a 1/4, a 1/2, and then they have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 is obviously going to be an incredible amount of diffusion. It's going to really lower the contrast, but with that, the higher that number goes, you are going to experience more quality loss. Now, they do claim that it's almost lossless quality as opposed to competitive or the competing mist filters, which I honestly believe. I mean, this thing is solid. It's metal and glass, and that's it. Every time I'm shooting, it doesn't matter what time of day I'm shooting. It doesn't matter the setting that I'm shooting in. This is an essential part of my gear. It really helped improve my style, if I'm being honest. I have it on my other lens as well, so I have 2 different sizes, and it doesn't come off. Well, obviously it comes off because I put it back in the case and then take it out when I'm shooting, but you get what I mean. It is incredible. This is one of the best investments that I had ever made, and it didn't even break the bank. It cost me $50-something, and if you catch it on sale on Amazon, well, that's even better. So I'll go ahead and try and give you guys kind of a live view here of what this does. So if you can see the scene now, as it is, I'm gonna go ahead and put this up. So as you can see, especially like right here in this area, or those big highlight areas, you're gonna see a little bit of diffusion. And it kind of gets some blemishes like on my skin out. I mean, it's not, you know, gonna be obviously great on this camera, but you can see, I mean, there's a very visible difference here. As you can see, let's try and get like a live half and half here. That's gonna be too dark, isn't it? Yeah, it's gonna. So it softens up blemishes and it diffuses hard light, which is just incredible. Again, I'll go ahead and put a couple photos up on the screen so that you can take a look at them and notice the difference here. I really like it when I'm shooting that 3/4 angle front shot. You can really notice the difference in the headlights, and it to me makes a world of difference. It is probably my second most important filter that I've ever purchased. Obviously, the one that's going to take the cake, especially when shooting cars, is going to be the CPL, the circular polarizer. But this is definitely runner-up. Like I said, I never do a shoot without it. So I definitely recommend one of these to any of you out there. And it will significantly improve your photography game. It stacks right on. The way that I do it is I'll take my lens, I'll put the ProMist on before my CPL, and then I'll put the CPL on top of the ProMist. So I got those two stacked. Again, lens, ProMist, CPL, just so that I have that range of motion still on the CPL without it being hindered or accidentally unscrewing the ProMist. It just makes it a little bit easier. And I've noticed that the ProMist actually works a little bit better in partnership with the circular polarizer if you stack it underneath the CPL on top, directly on top of the lens. I've just noticed, because I was playing around with it a little bit, and I did notice a pretty significant difference in the performance of the ProMist when it was stacked on top of the CPL as opposed to underneath it. So just something to keep in mind if you do end up getting one of these. I will leave a couple links in the description below so that you can go ahead and snag yourself one of these. I'll include an Amazon link, and I'll also include the Tiffen, the direct link to the Tiffen website where you can pick one of these up for yourself. Trust me, you want to improve your photography game, get one of these. Like I said, one of the most important filters that I do have. That's really all, guys. I hope that you did enjoy this video and you did find it informative and helpful. If you have any comments, if you have any questions, whatever it is, please let me know in the comments below, or you can tweet at me and we can DM. You can join my Discord and we can chat there. Any questions, I'm more than happy to answer. And I hope that you guys are having a good day. This has been Nick, and I will see you all in the next video. Later. Stuck with my kit lens, which was the 18 to 55 millimeter. Now you're not going to get the background blur, you're not going to get super crazy subject focus,